to begin by extending to all of you my most sincere thank you for the outpouring of kindness and support that was given to me during my medical crisis. I am extremely humbled. Your thoughtfulness meant more, pardon me, than I can ever explain or repay. Thank you. However, I am outraged by the actions of 3 cowards at the May 23rd City Council meeting. 3 weeks ago today, this body voted apparently against the opinion of our city attorney to hire an outside attorney to go after me on ethics violations. They voted to spend our money, public money, with no limit specified on that expenditure to pursue vague and undefined charges against me. And no one even bothered to talk with me, to see what the truth might be, to see if there is even a basis for charges. But that is every person's right. In Nevada, if you suspect the ethics of a public official, all it takes is a letter to the proper agency and an investigation will be conducted. You don't need to hire an attorney. Just name your charges. But 3 councilmen voted to spend your money, and that is what has me so upset. One or all of those men could have personally filed charges, and I am happy to answer. But to vote as a council to spend public money on an election eve smear campaign is misuse of public funds. Thank God in this country the voters have the final authority, and today we have 3 new men on the council. I urge each of you freshman councilmen to pursue the best interests of the people of Ely. Spend our money wisely, treat everyone fairly. Just do the right thing and everything will come out fine. Congratulations to new councilmen, and thank you, public, for all your support.
Thank you, Mark. Any for public comment?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor, in reading the Sheriff Blotter report, I believe it was dated May 2nd, 2013, the city filed a complaint regarding theft of the city utility. I'd like to know who filed the complaint, who was the person or entity that was cited, when did the board address the issue, what was the outcome? I don't remember anything being on the utility board or your meeting here. Mr. Mayor, the county is about to break ground on the construction for that new pool on property belonging to the school district for the county, as I find out now. They waited till I did the research myself. They have yet to apply for a building permit. They have yet to apply for a well serve for water and sewer service. I believe it would be illegal for them to tap into the high school connections. It appears you're selectively enforcing city regulations. The monies that are involved in this particular item, you guys claim to be strapped. As a taxpayer, I want you to collect every dime that you do. Every dime. Mr. Mayor, you to date have not addressed as to why you're charging White River Museum residential rates and charging me commercial rates for my home when I'm not in business. I am again requesting a response in writing or the basis for your refusal. Federal law clearly states that the city may not discriminate in any federally funded or assisted public utility. I also am again requesting a copy of State Senator Pete Gogachia's landfill billing, which he stated at a county commission meeting was approximately $500 or more without any penalties or interest. The city needs to hire an accountant as required by Ely City Code 16B6C. That's the biggest reason, I believe, that you have 500 or more delinquent accounts. The council needs to comply with city ordinance or you need to resign. What'd you take the job for? The rampant discrimination needs to stop. It's only getting worse. I don't see any light at the end of the so-called tunnel. Maybe a shaft, but no tunnel. Mr. Mayor, has the county paid for the water used for the golf course and the city, and has the city collected any monies as addressed by the memo dated April 26, 2012 from Jeanette Trask to Mr. Allworth and then to you folks? The value estimated for that year was $93,058. And I'm not sure how many years that covers, but it's important that you collect every dime that you're due. I don't see that happening. Mr. Mayor, on your agenda today, item 7B1 and 7B2, I'm going to ask that you table those two items to give the new council members time to make a good, thoughtful vote on those items. I don't think most of them have had the time to research it when you're talking about transfer. And I would think that that would be reasonable that you do allow them that additional time. Mr. Mayor, this is a new month, and I'd like to know if you have the most recent updated list of home occupation special use
All right,
permits.
thank you, George.
Can I get some answers sometime,
George,
Mr.
a lot of
Mayor?
things are gonna change tonight. I mean, you'll have one more public comment. I'm sure you're anxious to get there.
Well,
Let's
I
get on
thank you
with
for
it.
that,
Let's
but
get on with
I
it.
need some answers, Mr.
Let me
Mayor.
get these guys sworn in. All right? Anybody else for public comment? If there is no other public comment, I'll close public comment, we'll move on. Okay. And with that, number 3, swearing in the new city officers. Number 1 will be council member, city clerk Albright, discussion for possible action, swearing in of new councilman to seat 1 for a four-year term. That's seat 1. And we're gonna have, do you want to explain any of this?
We can do them all together if you like.
However you want to do it.
Okay, I'll read it if you want to do all at once.
Before we get to that point, let me just make an announcement. I didn't realize, in fact, from somewhere I'd heard that there was a possibility that 3 councilmen that are not going to, that are not still, won't still be on the council, that they weren't going to be here today, and so I was concerned about quorum to get this meeting started. So I contacted the Attorney General's office and asked, how do we handle this if we don't have quorum to begin this meeting? And he indicated to me that because this is not an action of the city council, that there is nothing preventing us from having them sworn in early so that we would make sure we had quorum. And so I then sent that message out, and 2 of the city councilmen actually went in and got sworn by Judge Stephen Bishop, just in case we needed quorum to start this meeting, but we didn't need that because these 3 gentlemen showed up. I appreciate that. We did still want to have a public swearing in of the 3 councilmen, and so we've asked Lin Burleigh if she would come in and take care of that for all 3.
Okay, thank you.
With that,
Thank you very much. The honor is mine. Before we begin, I would like to thank our outgoing councilman for your service. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, let me read them in so we can get it all on. Okay. And number 2 is council member, city clerk Albright, discussion possible action swearing in of the new councilman to seat 3 for a 4-year term. Seat 3, stand up. And number 3 is councilman, city clerk Albright, discussion possible action swearing in the new councilman to seat 5 for a 4-year term. So we got all 3 of you. Go ahead, thank you.
Okay, thank you. I do have a few words. I would invite you to have your family come up and stand with you, because they too, their lives will be changed today as you take public service. Public service is a privilege and it's an honor. We, the people, have chosen you 3 to represent us. This is an awesome responsibility. All of your past experiences have helped shape you today into the people that you are. Today you will become a new person with new duties. You will draw upon your past experiences as you face new decisions. Use your past experiences. Research facts before you make a decision. Be true to yourselves, and then be true to we the people. Keep a copy of your oath and refer to it when you have a decision to make and you're not quite sure what to do. Read your oath. It'll guide you. An oath is a ritualistic declaration that one will speak the truth, keep a promise, and remain faithful. This is a big deal. This is why we are here today, to celebrate you and the promise that you bring. Congratulations on your new office. And now I'll read it. You'll read, when I stop, you'll say your names, and then you'll repeat after me. I do solemnly,
Bruce Setterstrom,
I, Randy Lee,
Marion J. Sam Hansen,
do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support, protect, and defend
do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support, protect, and defend
the Constitution and government of the United States
the Constitution and government of the United States
and the Constitution and government of the state of Nevada
and the Constitution and government of the state of Nevada
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
whether domestic or foreign,
whether domestic or foreign,
and that I will bear true faith,
and that I will bear true faith,
allegiance, and loyalty to the same,
allegiance, and loyalty to the same,
any ordinance,
any ordinance,
resolution, or law of any state notwithstanding. Resolution or law of any state notwithstanding. And that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
perform all the duties as
perform all the duties as
a councilman for the city of Ely,
a councilman for the city of Ely,
Seat 1.
seat 3.
seat 5,
on which I'm about to enter, so help me God.
on which I'm about to enter, so help me God.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Gentlemen, don't go back. You gotta stay here, that's what we'll
I
do.
need you guys to sign.
Okay, Robert?
Okay, that's all right. Over there. I always need somebody to tell me where you go. People always want to tell me where you go.
Congratulations, Mr. Hampson.
Thank you.
Raise your right hand. Okay, give my right hand.
We're down.